Well. Welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you've found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention, because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go! Okay, hello everyone, and hopefully you can hear me. Welcome to yet another exciting extravaganza of Cookie Trek. I am Simon, and with me is my good friend Rufus the Robot, and we have another installment of Cookie Trek, where we take some randomly generated Star Trek themes, and with your help, we try and break them down into a 3-act Star Trek episode, and we do it all while relaxing and enjoying some fantastic cookies. Rufus, do you wanna talk about the cookies tonight? And the story.
Oh, okay. I was going to talk about the cookies, and then you wanted me to talk about the story, too. Okay.
You can do both.
Well, not exactly at the same time, but, in succession. What do you want to hear about first?
I think you take it the way the script presents it. You do have the script, right?
Okay,
what about tonight's story and the cookies?
Tonight's story is, okay, so what we're going to be...
We're going to try this again.
I've started, okay? I'm doing it. What we're going to do tonight is alien civilization destroys itself.
Did you want to give... Okay. There is a title.
Almost does.
There's a title.
Well, I like building up to the title. See?
Okay.
You do you. You do you.
Okay.
I got to start all over again. Okay, it's going to be alien civilization destroys itself, or almost does. Annoying kids save the day. Is it kid or kids? Because you got it two different ways, I think. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, it says kids both time, but it should be save then. Kids save. And then, okay.
Really?
There it goes.
Okay, well, that's finished.
It's corrected. The last thing is neuroleptic shock, which it sounds familiar, but I don't even know what that is. And the title, we're going to go with, and the children shall lead, ... to disaster.
Hey. Oh dear, this happened.
It's cookie time now. Okay, so tonight cookie is French petit beurre. I had to look up how to say it because I don't really do French all that well. But it basically just means little butter. But I suspect, like all French foods, this actually has a lot of butter in it. And it's got this wonderful dark chocolate layer on top of it. And there's a tiny, tiny little relief sculpture on top that I thought initially was ears of corn, but it's probably Cocoa Pods.
I believe Cocoa Pods, yes.
But I mean, or invasion of the body pods, whatever you call that. But it's delicious. They're great. I cracked up with a bottle of milk to go along with this, and I'm just having a great time.
Yes, I'm actually, I no, I'm a dark chocolate fan, and I really like these quite a bit. It's very bitter, like me at the end of the week. It's
I
incredibly
know.
bitter.
I bit right into it, and I thought, Simon, yeah.
Yeah, this
Um,
is the
but
day.
it's interesting because I guess we finally found a cookie you like, huh?
Oh, wait, am I notorious for not liking cookies?
Well, you never mention it, so I just always assume you're not even happy.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's sort of the Scandinavian in me. It's the Swedish in me that's like, oh, I mentioned once I liked something, and it should be enough for my whole life. So, what I'm thinking about is we're sitting here, with the child shall lead to disaster. I have some
Okay.
ideas about this, which maybe chat will help us with. We have the Mayberry Wars going on. So, that is an ancient civilization, and it could either destroy itself or almost destroy itself. And I've been watching Fallout, so I'm very excited about about a post-apocalyptic society here
Hmm.
that runs on bottle caps or some shit. Um, all right. So, what do we want to do with a teaser? Do we want to have the teaser even be on our ship? Do we want the teaser to be in Mayberry?
Well, let me ask though, do can you refresh our memory? Because we did leave Mayberry. It was in some sort of crisis. I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember how we left Mayberry, but there seemed like there was something unresolved.
Otis had run away,
Okay.
and Aunt B and what's her name,
Clara.
Clara had basically beaten the hell out of somebody, and they escaped.
Oh. So we're actually finding out that Mayberry has a dark underbelly,
Mm-hmm.
are we? Yeah. And
Well,
is that the crisis? Is it the fact that people are breaking bad here?
yeah. Well, part of it is that Mayberry had. Oh God. Yeah. So we got like Mayberry lore dump. But that's what the teaser's going to be. I've
Oh,
decided. I've
okay,
declared
okay.
that the teaser's going to be the Mayberry lore dump.
Yeah, it's going to be like an extended, previously on Cookie Track.
Oh God, help us all. Because we gotta find where Mayberry showed up. Oh my God, I know it wasn't that.
Oh, just a walk down memory lane.
Yeah, we gotta do a clip show someday.
It's going to take so much preparation. We may have to pre-tape that so we could pause.
Oh, I think that we need that. I think we need to basically drag GM and the Great Barrier into this.
Let's just crack open our
Oh,
memory hole.
the tickle decon beam. Oh my God. All right, let me see. I don't think it's 54 or anything. I'm just kind of walking down memory lane. That's
It's okay.
53.
This is kind of fun. I mean, it's been a while. We've been off the air for a couple of weeks, haven't we?
Mm. Yes, it is.
It's true, and it's good to be back.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Oh,
the
here we
dark
are.
room in Mayberry. It's oh my God. Um,
Oh, look at all that lore dump.
oh my God. Yeah, I know that was where we spent the entire episode in Act One. We never got out of it because I think we were all having a great time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that back in. Here's the Mayberry lore dump, and this goes under previously on Star Trek.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
so we're gonna go previously. Last time on Star Trek, yeah. Okay. Basically, they are trying to bring some guy back into the fold. He's a bureaucrat. He's tied to his chair. He has been contaminated. And he's basically become too... let me see. The Mayberry meta-narrative has affected the atomic civilization since time immemorial, converting states and cultures. Yep. Oh my God. Yeah. GM in the Great Barrier is our Akuda.
Oh yeah.
He is our basically our very much our Akuda. What I'm gonna do is put this up, and I'm gonna put GM the Great Barrier on it. And he's a 2-month subscriber, so we all must work it. Freedom. That is a word of word. Let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna I gotta highlight things apparently to get them to work. There we go. I'm a subscriber, not gonna give up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I think what we'll do is move this over here, and this is our version of a crawl.
Yes.
This will be our version of the crawl. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you. There you go. Yeah, like in the I like that in DS9. Didn't they do that with once or twice? They did an actual crawl.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did it. It is a time of war or some shit like that. So we're just gonna literally, oh yeah, we're gonna do a really clever looking gradient, because that will be cool. We can get some parchment-y. Yeah, sure, whatever. And the emissary and caretaker. Yep, that's right. The emissary and caretaker were both episodes where they did a crawl, which is weird. And I'm gonna put this in an unreadable font, as is tradition. A difficult to read font. Yep. And now they have in memoriam, and we can call it in time immemorial, I think is possible.
I don't know.
It's not red and underlined. It must be right. So this is, this is where GM, I'll eventually get a token for GM in the Great Barrier here. Alright. Oh, somebody did this. Font is now Wingdings. Oh, fuck you.
Well, that could be the Mayberian language.
Yeah, I believe the Mayberian language is Wingdings. Believe it or not, every culture has Wingdings and Swedish meatballs. And I am here for this. Let me see, where is my... damn it. No, if I can make something even more complicated, I will. Okay, that just seems to be the case.
I know that. It's all good.
Let me see. You wanted an unreadable font. Yeah, no, there's absolutely, this is the most correct thing in the world. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do something that no other shows do. None of our other shows show you, what's it called? It used to be Papyrus, but the post-crisis Mayberry became more chaotic. Yep. So Good Devil has redeemed this. It is now Wingdings. I don't know if I actually have. I might not have Wingdings.
Oh my! How could you not have Wingdings?
I get to choose my fonts. Is how that happens.
It makes it just feel so cheap. We don't have Wingdings.
Holy crap! What's the Google version of Wingdings? Oh, we're gonna do a thing here, by the way. See
Yeah,
that?
learn something.
We're gonna learn something. We're gonna do Google search. Hopefully you can still hear us.
I can still hear you.
No, I mean on the broadcast.
Well, I hope so too. It's working just fine, thanks, GM. What? Dingbat.
Dingbat. Our robust open source fonts. Okay, I'm gonna do a robust Dingbat. Yes.
It's store brand version.
This is store brand Honey Smacks. I remember when they were called Sugar Smack, and I loved them. People. Wait, what the hell was I? Okay, it's there. Alright. There we go. I like that they put Dingbats in its own Dingbat font.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's funnier. Okay, now I have fucking Dingbats. Okay, are we now...
I feel complete. I feel warm inside.
Except, will it show up on here, and how will it show up?
It's all a mystery until we do it.
Okay, these are called yarn dings.
Yarn dings.
Because
it's wing dings for knitters.
It's knitting wingdings, and I am hating every minute of this. But
well,
hopefully,
it does look like doilies. Like they all look like some kind of.
They look like doilies, which is a very Mayberry thing.
It's a very Mayberry thing, yeah. We could say here's some deep lore. Like their language started off as the Incas. It started off as fabric. You could knit to each other, and that's the only way you could get messages to each other. But when they joined, the spacefaring civilizations, they translated it into digital.
I know, these just look terrible. I mean, they even have stripes for where the printer's fucked up.
Well, what do you expect from Mayberry? It looks so much better in the original yarn.
Oh God, we have a cultural anthropologist on our team the other night on the Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this into Anton. But I like the idea. We're just gonna have the two translated scripture things.
It's kind of a Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, the Rosetta shawl. Okay, so
the Rosetta Afghan.
The Rosetta Afghan. Oh God, yes. This is gonna, you guys. That looks pretty good. That's actually
great.
That's a nice, brilliant little thing. As we said, the idea is Mayberry is a mythical place. We decided to rip off a 1950s television show, and or 60s, sorry, about an idyllic place, and it turns out that this is a cultural experiment by another very powerful race that spans many dimensions and times, and its job is to preserve races from going extinct. And so it's tried through history with every race during its near atomic age to get it through that crisis. That's your big global destroyer crisis. And if you have the tools to avoid one cataclysmic crisis, then you can reuse those tools. I mean, you have that maturity of we're not going to kill today kind of a thing, right? So, once you get them past that gap of everybody dies, then we can do it. Now, they apparently screwed the pooch on environmental messaging, but that's just, they can only do so much.
They only do so much, yes.
So, we're doing that. Now, we come back to a very TOS sort of storyline. Yeah. And I kind of like the idea that someone's looking out for us. And my head canon, because we're making this up, is that this is where Gary Seven's bunch is. Gary Seven's bunch is another one of these guys,
he works for them. He doesn't know it, maybe, but I think that he's part of that, preserving cultures. And then, we've got the preservers, we've got other races out there. They're all kind of pulling on the same end of the rope. But only the Federation chooses to let people just fucking die. So, and that leads us to our crisis at Mayberry, because people within the Society of Mayberry are saying maybe we shouldn't interfere. Maybe we should just let this go. Let civilizations go. And so Lewis, and I have no idea why Lewis was in there. I think he was somebody you picked. It was somebody we misnamed, and you said, oh, it was a Supreme Court judge, I think.
I'm drawing a blank, but
I am too. Well, it's okay. We'll just make it Otis. But basically, Lewis was being beaten because he had internalized the Prime Directive and was starting to preach that inside of society. Aegis is stepping in their monitors when the Mayberry Initiative hasn't gone far enough. Yeah, Aegis, I think, is GM of the Great Barrier is right. I think Aegis is I've got to bring my face back up. Ah, look at that! I'm more active now. Yeah, because Aegis was one of the I think was that the Picard? Was that what they called it in Picard? Was Aegis? I don't remember. But that was, but it was that idea, and it was a very, very solid one of like, well, you've reached a point of maturity where you can kind of look out for other people, and do it, because the Prime Directive gets a little bit iffy. They said that was Gary Seven's organization, was called Aegis.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It wasn't
the supervisors and the watchers. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I remember right, there was I think the Shield thing came in with Picard, and probably a lot of beta that came forward because people wrote about this. I think Gary Seven helped get Khan off the planet. That was one of the reasons that Khan seemed to have access to better tech. Season 2 was iffy. And he got Khan off the planet, which I thought was there was a little bunch of novels that you write and you tell a great story until someone decides to change the rules, and you're fine. You roll with it because you're painting on a wall with chalk, or you're marking on a wall with chalk when you're writing speculative fiction. So we're gonna put some more chalk marks on here because Lewis gets away, and he meets up with I would love to do just an entire episode just with them. But maybe
none
not.
of the regulars?
It would be dumb. I think we're going to have Lewis get to Opie or something. Because we have to have an annoying kid. And I'm thinking that our most annoying kid would be Opie.
Or is this planet also where Leave It to Beaver lives?
That's a heresy. It didn't teach us a goddamn thing.
Anyway.
Well, you might as well, I married Joan.
I was thinking it could be Beaver and Lumpy and Eddie Haskell.
Okay. So did Leave It to Beaver teach us anything? Morality-wise?
Yeah, usually there was somewhat of a lesson going on. The bee would learn something about being nice and what have you.
Okay, well, I'm not a fan of it, but okay, fine.
Well, we don't have to. We can.
No, I like the idea that Eddie Haskell's having porn.
If we need multiple kids, I don't think there were multiple kids on Mayberry. I mean, there probably were, but I just don't remember them.
No, there weren't. It was only Opie.
He was like the only child in town.
He was the only child in the entire town. And that's okay.
Oh, maybe that's something. Okay, that could be something to do, with culturally speaking, is they only have one child.
One child, period.
Yes.
Well, if you live forever, what's the point of having a kid?
That's it. You just need one.
That just happens. So let me see. Well, I wanted to kind of launch Lewis and Otis out because we could just have Otis launch the Beaver Initiative.
Um, so where are they? Are they on the run? Are they trying to get somewhere?
Oh no, I like this. Lewis, Opie, and Otis. And I'm gonna find Opie and Otis here in a sec. I'm gonna go over to my Google search here. Uh, there's Opie. Little Ronnie Howard. And do we?
Yeah, get one of the black and white ones because
I like this one a lot.
yeah.
That's the one of you wanted me to commit what kind of a side, or I kind of like that one. There we go. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just bring him in. I don't know where, don't know when, but we're gonna bring him in. But why can't you? Okay, dismiss. I think I made a mistake here. I think I didn't save my copy here. Copy to clipboard. There. Put in NPC. There's my NPC Opie. And I want to find my NPC Otis. Because he's usually the town drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm torn, but I'm thinking back when alcoholism was just funny.
Indeed.
I like this one. It's not as alarming.
That's true. I like his hat.
I like his hat. His hat tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do that, and I think we're set with that. So we'll go back to the Rufus area. See, folks, I'm working on this. I'm working my stuff. Okay.
I think this is a real slick system you've set up for tonight.
I'm working on it. It was Monday nights are a disaster. Mayberry generate a second kid who is sowing chaos. What if the running has caused Mayberry to generate a second child? Oh, they remove Opie and it almost destroys everything. That's a good idea.
Oh, the balance.
Mm-hmm. Always need a balancer.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I've also figured out that this. I don't know what neuroleptic shocks are. I think I'm gonna have somebody's gonna correct me on that. Prep less for your games. It works wonders. Hey, Good Devil, you know what Cookie Trek was. You know exactly that I have embraced that, or that I should say, Dr. Twitch embraced that wholeheartedly, and he was never quite sure whether or not you respected him for that. Let me see. There's a format text. Let's get rid of the strike through because we're in there. Okay. So yeah, we got Opie and Otis. There's a suggestion that the running causes a problem, and I believe it generates Eddie Haskell.
Oh.
Because you're the one that wanted to drag Leave It to Beaver into this.
Yeah, a little chaos brought to Mayberry.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. Like he's so ostensibly polite, but he's not really.
He's a sleaze bag.
Yeah, he really is. He puts up a false front. They're not entirely comfortable with that in Mayberry.
Well, they might not even know it at Mayberry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no. Mayberry is a dark side. So I think that Eddie Haskell. Wow. Yeah, he's right there. There's Eddie in his OnlyFans phase. Yeah, we're gonna do the Smiley Eddie.
Oh yeah, charming. You gotta have charming Eddie. That's the
Yep,
only
there he
way.
is.
Yes, so innocent.
Let me see. Okay. You guys are spitting out some ideas here. Let me see. There's Haskell.
Mm-hmm. Haskell the rascal.
There's Opie. Because Opie had to learn about morality, but he wasn't the whole show.
He was not the whole show.
And because Mayberry was there about meta issues, and Leave It to Beaver was there about like just very personal crap. Also from Memory Alpha, neuroleptic shock, an adverse nervous system condition caused by certain types of strange energies. Yes,
Ooh,
it's strange energies. I'm gonna smush somebody with a rock. Okay, and we're gonna copy you. And we're gonna paste that. And there's Opie, and there's Eddie, and there's Otis. We couldn't get the actor back who was supposed to be here for what's his name? For Russell, right?
Mhm.
Lewis didn't make it. All you're gonna see now is Opie and Otis running down the road lamenting Lewis. Because I think that would be how I would handle it if I didn't have the actor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh look, we're putting someone in a. It's the new Moogie. It's a different Moogie.
Nobody will notice. That's what we think.
Nobody will notice. Look at all the makeup that's on her. She'll be fine.
It's the new Moogie.
Yeah, I was barely. And then Eddie. I don't know what I'm gonna do with any of these guys. But I am here for it. Okay, so he's a group. Whoops. See, here we go. Group him, and we'll group Opie. Alright, group.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a while I thought I was getting kind of, like, not ripped off, but, slightly, what's it called? You know, I thought I was missing out on something, and, you know, if I couldn't use, like, PowerPoint for this stuff. And I found out when I got a copy of PowerPoint, it was like, oh, yeah, you have to pay for anything that's really interesting you want to do with the slides.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped being all nervous about using this with fewer gradients and crap.
I think it's just part of the charm.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Eddie's chaos can be manifest in disruption of the normal space-time aboard the fan service. Okay, and the Federation in general. Okay, so we've got, we got chaos. Let me see, is anyone... I think Eddie's going to use neuroleptic shocks to paralyze the people in Mayberry to make good his escape.
Ooh, he's got the strange energies.
Well, he's a strange energy being. So I think we can pull that off. Let me see. Okay, so we've got. Let me see. We haven't gotten out of the frickin' teaser yet. So Act 1 is escape. And that's gonna be, that will definitely be Opie and Otis. We'll make all the stuff we were blathering about formal.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense to everybody.
Really gonna, it's gonna happen.
If that's good for everybody. Going back to duo with Rufus, get ourselves a little bit better layout. Okay, so there's Opie and Otis. We need, where am I at? Back to Google search. There's a thing called the fishing hole. Oh, please make sure that I had my safe search on before I did that. Because, well, the fishing hole was the name of the song for the Andy Griffith Show.
Yep.
Yeah, and apparently it has. Oh, there it is. I've just done all my copyright violations.
Yep, there it is.
The fishing hole. Forest. There we go. We're just gonna have him running to escape, and I'm gonna use a Zelda set. Apparently, I'm gonna
Looks
copy.
appropriate.
Looks close enough. So we're gonna use the Zelda set, and this is where Opie and Otis start to escape to, order send back. And I like the idea that maybe the fishing hole is like a hole in space-time, that's how they can get across and get through things.
Mm.
That work for everybody? Because we apparently
Sounds
have to
good,
have an
yeah.
escape. We have to have tracking, escape. And if it were in Fallout, it would be the FISSION hole.
Oh, that's a good.
All right. We get that. We get cross-dimensional thingy. Gotta copy Act 1 again because we're still in Act 1. And you guys lore dumped. We all spun off a lot, so now we're just basically documenting this, right?
Mm-hmm. Making it happen.
So Eddie Haskell just fucking pops up in the middle of Aunt B's. He's like, I like that he's like Loki, and he just shows up with pie.
Yes. Oh, what a charming young man you are.
Yeah, and what kind of things does Eddie Haskell say to like, being Clara? I don't know what it would be. It would be something, Eddie says something charming. How much he likes interfering. Because I think that's part of it is that they're fighting against being told they can't interfere. But they should kind of leave civilizations a little bit more to their own devices than anything. That kind of thing. That's our crux. That's our we should have a big debate about the Prime Directive and then learn from Picard when he comes in that it's the only way. Because somehow you don't get Nazis this way. I don't know. But despite Mayberry's best efforts, we got Nazis again. So, let me see. Yeah, Eddie says how much he likes interfering. Do they let their guard down? Because you guys were talking about maybe Eddie taking on Chaos. Because he likes interfering, but I have a feeling he likes interfering in a way that generates chaos, right? Is that what, I believe that was GM's in the Great Barriers idea? Let me see, suddenly a vase breaks. For no reason.
Mm-hmm. It's like things are starting to crack in this
Yeah.
society. Symbolic, you see.
Oh, I'm liking that. I'm gonna close down some of my other...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got my Moriarty. He was my test plate. So,
job,
let
Moriarty.
me see. Moriarty. Thank you, Moriarty. And, let me see. Got you. Alright, so what we really need to do is go into the resources catalog and see if I've got Mayberry sets. Because I'm pretty sure we did at one point.
We definitely have some exteriors.
There they are.
Yes.
I think we're gonna go to Floyd's.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we'll do is just gonna put that there. Great, that has Opie and everybody in it. We'll just ignore the fact that that's one of the other children. That's pretend. There's like only really one child in all
Well,
of
it's just
Mayberry.
reflections of him, you know.
Yes, I very much like that. Okay. Yeah, so he starts going around the town. Whoops, that was a mistake. X, there we go. X is going to give it to you. And order to the back. That. And then, Eddie walks about the town. Yeah, and I like the idea that things begin to shatter. As he just walks around, things begin to fall apart and collapse. Let me see. What do we have to do? Does that mean are Clara and B gonna figure this out?
I think they would be charmed by him at first, and maybe even trying to protect him,
Okay.
since he's a guest. You know, they're like that. But
Oh, I thought he was. No, GM said he manifested because once one child is removed,
oh, I see.
a new one springs up. Now, I do like the idea, that Clara and B realize that if Eddie's here, that must mean Opie has been removed.
Oh, so they just sort of get it right away.
They either do that or they realize. I think they realize that Opie must have been removed. But that's okay. We have a new kid. Yeah, and they don't mind it. How's that? And they're good with it. And then he's starting to fall apart. Things begin to shatter, and I think that's good for Act 1. Act 2.
Okay.
Yeah, basically because Opie was on the run with Otis, a new child must appear. And I do like the idea that Mayberry is it's that weird environment where it's like a living, it's a universe with its own rules, and there always must be one child there. Which I do like.
It operates like a TV show in a way. Like if Opie left the show,
there'd be another one.
There would
Cousin
be
Oliver.
another one here.
It'd be Cousin Oliver shows up. We should have had Cousin Oliver.
Yeah, so it's just they just throw in somebody else to kind of fill that void.
Well, the scripts are written. I'm sorry, I've written a script with all these kids in it. And it's going to happen.
They're believers in fate.
Yes. So what we're going to do is, I think let's get Otis. Yeah, Otis is going to go somewhere, and he's going to seek out Floyd.
Mm.
A plea for help. That kind of thing. Because that brings us with Floyd, it brings us back to the fan service, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll it.
I'd like to get my ship back. We spent money on the sets. We've already shot on location a lot here, so where would Floyd be? Let's go to Floyd's quarters. Or else Floyd is on the flight deck, getting ready to learn how to pilot at all. Oh yeah, I like that better. I want Floyd just learning how to pilot a scuttle. Let me see. That's Scuttle Bay 2. Which means I get to take all of. Whoops, nope, not all of you. I get to take all of that and paste it in here.
Mm-hmm.
And put my meta tag over there. So for those of you keeping score at home, this is a set from another Star Trek game we run where we have meta tags on things, because that's a lot of fun. Act 2, a plea for help. Present are at least it is trying to enforce norms, but because Opie isn't mature into a new role and went off script, maybe it created something inherently chaotic. Okay, yeah, I like that. A new child must appear. Okay, so Lieutenant Commander Julie, which I don't remember her. But
Julie.
I'm also waiting for.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the drag queen to show up too at some point. That will be hilarious. Yeah, here's Floyd.
Here he is.
Rightful owner of the Hairgiver throne. Apparently, the actor who played Floyd had a stroke. And so, there's a reason his speech was kind of lackadaisical. And so they'd stage things specifically so that the actor wouldn't have to do certain things, so he would actually continue to be on the show. I did some deep research. There was some kindness going on behind the camera. There was also some cruelty going on behind the camera, but none of it was inflicted on Opie. So let's just say it was a problem for Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors had the it was rough sledding for Jim Neighbors. But not from the cast. It was more from the crew. So who is going to be teaching him how to fly? Kat? Edna?
Let's go with Kat. I kind of like them as a pair.
Yeah, she's teaching him to handle a stick.
She can be really folksy. I think that she would turn on her folksy side for Floyd.
Yeah, actually, did they know? They don't know Floyd is a god, because I think everything got reset at the end of the episode.
Well, that's also kind of like, I sort of think of it as like, oh God, what's the guy on? Well, like Tindy, it's like this thing that back home I'm that.
Yes. Oh no, this is
like out here. I let you like to be a person.
I do think that we did seal it up. When the crew returned, they didn't remember anything about Mayberry. Yeah, they were shielded by the "it was all a dream" trope. We actually did that, and we had several directors declaring it the best thing in the epilogue. Quentin Tarantino said, "I no longer have to make a Star Trek. This is the pinnacle of Star Trek." So we beat Quentin Tarantino to a Star Trek episode.
Well, that's high praise from Quentin. I like that.
Yeah, the second only was 2 feet up. Let me see the 5 Toes Award. All right, so Kat is teaching Floyd fly stick. And I think that there's just innuendos aplenty.
Well, you got to get the stick here and not let it get out of your hand.
Yeah, there's innuendos aplenty. Which I think is good because it gives us Floyd's doing a thing. He's having a great time. He's just this guy.
This little baby seems like it's a little stiff until you get her warmed up.
Yes, I'm trying to work out something about pegging, to be honest, because Kat's managing the stick. Kat is clearly clearly knows how to handle the stick. Because I think we established her as a human.
Oh yeah, she is.
And cis female. So so basically, yeah, in through a portal. Gotta find. Oh man, I need my BAMF.
Your BAMF.
I need my BAMF. There's my BAMF. I like having special effects because, of course I do. Well, because it's kind of fun to have.
Oh, I love it. I mean, plus they double as sentient beings when we need some kind of ethereal thing going on.
Yeah, oh yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they step out of a portal. I also like my full screen. I like having full screen backgrounds because then I can just copy and paste over them.
Yeah, it's easier to see.
Yeah, they're still black and white. They emerged from a portal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Cat doesn't know what to do with this at this point, right?
I mean, any time they show up, it's going to be a surprise, but
Yeah.
she's just not expecting it.
She's not expecting. She's clearly not expecting this.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd is. I think Floyd is. Floyd pretends to be confused, but is alarmed.
You know, I think Kat was actually hoping for a little quiet time with Floyd.
Oh Jesus!
So here they come in cock blocker or peg blocker. Clam jam. Thank you, good devil. Clam jam. No, thank you, ma'am.
How are we Are we getting No, we're not. No.
Well, let's just push it and see what happens.
I said she is pissed that she has been clam jammed. I will go with that, and this is what happens when we. This is what happens without adult supervision. But yeah, no, I definitely understand. It's like, she's absolutely like I don't know. I'm sure that women actually have a word for this, and I don't think it's that far off of the clam jam. But she's pissed now. And do Opie and Otis decide that they describe that they need his help, or does Floyd try and pretend that he doesn't know what's going on? What do Opie and Otis do?
Are they? I mean, what are they going to say? Because they're going to, if they're looking for him, they're going to say something right off. They don't care who's watching.
That's true.
It's a crisis, so it's just like they just
do they malord him?
They just start, yes, and info dump. oh my goodness! Oh yeah, that's, and he's like, sort of
malord exposition.
Overwhelmed by the exposition.
Exposition,
and maybe actually while it's all going on, of course, that the audience wouldn't need to hear it all again because we know what's going on. While that's going on in the background, Kat could call up to the captain to let him know what's going on.
Okay. Alerts the bridge. Do we have anybody who could Edna be our Guinan in this? Like, do we have anybody on the ship who might remember or have this trigger the memories of Mayberry? Or do we want to go through this long set of interviews of, we need your help, no you don't, we don't know who you are, blah, 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 or do we just, have everybody kind of get their the stoic dude?
Xenon.
Okay, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, maybe he's got some kind of special powers, being a
Greek
philosopher, being a Greek philosopher.
Well, he's got to have something.
He's got to have something besides just not being able to travel very quickly.
Well, actually, didn't he figure out that he could he could convince himself to that he was going somewhere else, and then when he crossed the room, he crossed it instantaneously.
Yeah, it's kind of like a delusion that he had.
Yeah, he can delude himself into, oh, I really want to be in engineering, and boom, he's right there in the mess hall like he wants to be. Yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna have.
Right. Okay. Maybe that's the thing. Is he's become enlightened now that he's solved his own problem. It's sort of like Saru.
Oh yeah, going through the Vahari.
Yeah. So yeah,
Fan
Xenon.
service. I like your fan service is all just a shadow play
Oh,
to him.
absolutely. I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
the woman's in logic studies. She just sits there. I mean, basically, what's that?
Logic
I've,
sciences. I've never
I've,
seen her
I-
move.
I've never seen her move. I just realized my
I suppose,
badge was
yeah,
in a bad spot.
maybe that's what station Xenon is in. He's from Logic Science.
Logic studies. I am absolutely here for it.
But yeah, I think it's something like what was it, Varahi or
The
what?
Baha'i. Yeah, the Baha'i.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. He's gone through once he was able to figure out his own problem. He gained some extrasensory perception.
And I will say I am absolutely over the moon whenever a character can solve their own problem. You know,
Isn't it strange?
yeah. I
Because
mean,
it's like this totally happened off camera too. We didn't even have to deal with.
yes.
We
I'm
didn't
putting
have a
my
whole episode of him like inching his way forward.
oh, that would have been funnier. Yeah, I'm relocking my badge because I realized I needed it somewhere else. It was in front of my mouth. No one cared. No one told me.
I didn't even notice. Sorry.
That's all right. We're set. I'm just relocking everything.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, because it was meant to be on my collar, and I slipped a little below the seat. So fuck that. Let me see if I can scooch up.
Yeah, maybe when she calls up to the bridge, he's there, and he says something like, "I something smells wrong. Something smells off." Like he's got this weird sense that's like synesthesia. So he confuses all of his senses.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, he. Well, it should be like wherever you are, if you're time sensitive, it should be.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to stand. I'm trying to sit up in my seat. There we go. I'm better.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Yeah, look at that. I can sit up.
Did you find a pillow?
Yeah, I found a pillow.
Okay.
I actually have legs.
Oh, I've never noticed.
You never noticed? Here, look at this. Watch. See, I got legs. Yeah, I can wave. I can put up. I can.
All right.
I can put up both paws.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't give a shit. I don't know.
You're a completely different being than I thought.
Oh yeah, I have bottoms. I'm not like those puppets. I'm actually doing things. So let me see. What have we got? We got Kettler's the bridge. And we've got Zeno. Zeno takes notice.
Mm-hmm.
And we are all in a conference room next, right? Do we go into a conference room?
Absolutely.
Because this is what everybody said is not another conference room. Someone did.
I mean, this is how you know this is a real Star Trek series. So we always end up in a conference room.
Yes, or in a trial, or ideally both.
Yeah, let's just cut to the chase. We could have the trial in the conference room.
We are going to have the trial in the conference room. Well, actually, the redress of the conference room is often used for the trial.
That's
so it's not
pulling back the curtain on that one.
Yeah, how dare this modern Trek reuse clips? I know, people complaining about the dumbest thing. Okay, so there's Opie, Otis. We gotta grab Zeno because apparently it is a paradox. Maybe he should actually specialize in paradoxes now. I think it's paradox driven now.
Yeah, he's a paradox specialist. It's sort of like with Justice League. He's the Phantom Stranger. If anything weird happens, he appears.
Boom.
Boom.
The question. Yeah, I like Specialist Zeno. That's perfect. Noob's got to be in here because Noob's it's his show.
I mean, actually, how have we gotten along so far without Noom?
Well, we haven't needed him. You know, maybe Noom's contract needs to come up for renegotiation at some point. So is the captain involved in this? I assume.
Oh, the captain says, "I'm sure you guys can handle this."
I'm sure you guys have this. I like
Esteban
the
out.
idea. I like the idea. I like the idea also that Lieutenant Edna, because she's part Drog, also has the same feeling. And I like. Oh, all right. What I would like to do is having Zeno and Edna on opposite sides, both both bitching about it and both thinking they have the right insight.
Right.
And they're not gonna join forces to solve this problem. They're gonna both like just try and do a different thing. Apparently, I spelled Xeno wrong.
I think it's an X, but I don't care.
No, it is. It is. That's why I needed to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I need to correct that on my template.
It's just his name tag got spelled wrong.
I like the idea that his name tag is spelled wrong.
Right. It's just like, like nobody. So it was somebody that doesn't know that XZ relationship.
Did not even care and just slapped it out. And the paperwork to fix it is not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I mean, Zeno tried to get to the office before he had his enlightenment and couldn't.
So he just decided to live with it. The logical thing was just to live with this name tag.
Oh no, I like this better. We're gonna do this.
The ping pong?
Yeah, they're gonna ping pong the answer, right? And they're gonna do it in front of the PowerPoint slides. Because they're giving a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, okay. So did we take a break? Are we in Act 3, or is this just
this is still Act 2, because I don't know what the hell we're supposed to do to wrap this thing up.
Okay, so we just assumed that somewhere off scene they got together and quickly solved this thing and put together PowerPoint.
Yeah, I'm gonna quietly fold up my them disagreeing with each other. Although I could see them sparring back and forth between logic and fabulousness, but they both wear togas, so they're good.
Well, I think it's sort of like Burnham and Saru in the first couple of episodes when they were kind of competing with one another.
Yep, that was exactly my thought. I love that. I seriously love that dynamic, and wished we would have gotten a little more, and then killed the crew. When I cared about them, I wanted to care about them for 5 minutes.
I wanted to care about those people before they had to die.
Well, I mean, Russell T Davies needs to just write this shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they ping pong and answer questions. I don't know about what, about other dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's one of those PowerPoints like Geordi often had, or or Data, where there's some big, graph with also with what is that called? When you see like a 3-dimensional graph and there's a black hole in it or something, they would have something like that.
Yeah, one of those space-time thingies.
And I love space-time thingy.
And I love the idea that basically, if you were lucky, you got Geordi and Data in front of the PowerPoint slides.
Well, that's what this episode
is.
That's what this episode. And Edna.
Yep. So that's how we're doing that.
I don't know about you, but I'm like, wow, they're together. I've never seen them together.
Yeah, Data got the conference room trial, didn't he? Yeah. The fan service is all just, let me see. I'm catching up to make sure I don't have anything weird. Also, I just realized I have to clear the Good Devils Redeem. Also, where's my thing? Okay. Yeah, by the way, we just sponsored another episode of Star Trek from Orange River Media. I forget what the guy's channel name is. Everybody, but go watch that. That's fun. Let me see. I wanted to, Felix hasn't given everybody all their fate chips yet, so. What?
What?
Oh, forget that then. Alright.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I have to I have to relog into something. Um, for something for a show.
Mm-hmm.
The stream elements chat isn't working correctly. For me to do something. But anyway, we got them fighting. We got this stuff. Okay, so what are they answering questions about? So they do another exposition about does Floyd lay out the whole thing? Basically, does he just lay out the does Floyd just spill the beans at this point about Mayberry?
Well, why not?
Yeah, because why not? I mean, he spills the beans about Mayberry, blah 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 blah. All the things that were covered in the crawl, but the crawl was inserted because the producers were afraid that the audience would, the network was afraid the audience wouldn't get it. So now we're re-explaining a thing for the fourth time because everyone's afraid the audience isn't going to get it. And I love that. Okay, so Floyd spills the beans about Mayberry, and Esteban says, well, we can't interfere.
So they're asking. Okay, let's just be clear about what are Opie and Otis asking for help with? I mean, what do they want?
That's a good question. What do they want to happen? Well, why are you asking me? Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
because what's going to happen is, I think for right now they're looking at Sanctuary. Okay.
Okay.
Which I guess we can do. So I'm gonna stop that.
I think we're kind of obligated. Isn't Star Trek sort of obligated? If someone asks for asylum or whatever, it's kind of.
Yeah, you're very
happens,
much. Yeah, that just happens. Except when it doesn't. Because I think that there's times when they won't do it or they won't give you Sanctuary, and I think it's when you're using it as a criminal dodge. Yeah, and that's at the discretion of the captain, of course. Asking for Sanctuary, and that's cool. But now, and that, we say, great, you can stay here with us, and you'll be safe. And then Edna and Zeno have a thought.
Are they gonna have some suggestion on how to fix the problem?
Well, there's no problem as far as Opie and Otis are concerned. They're just here. They're just escaping and want to live their own lives. They don't know anything about the cracks in reality.
Oh, I see.
So what I think we need to do is go back to Mayberry. And Mayberry is now a hellscape.
Well, okay, who replaced Otis when he left?
God, Foster Brooks.
I mean, who would they recast? Yeah, who would they recast? Foster Brooks, right? And let's make sure.
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, and let's put him in color, and that would be especially disturbing.
Okay.
That's how we would know things are really falling apart in Mayberry, if somebody appears and they're in color.
Well, here's the problem. He said black and white a lot. I mean, that's the funny thing. I like him in black and white. He also brings a black man into Mayberry. That would be hilarious.
Oh, he comes complete with Sammy Davis Jr.?
He comes complete with Sammy. He brings the whole Rat Pack with him.
Oh, okay, they're a package deal. Oh, so that means the population is technically enlarging, and that cannot happen.
Well, I don't know if it can or can't. Yeah, that's
And plus Sammy Davis Jr. is going to ruin the neighborhood, right?
Well, there were black people. I checked. I mean, again, I've watched the show. The show's pretty woke. Okay. In terms of like nobody got one person. I think there was one black man that spoke on Mayberry. the whole time.
Okay.
But he spoke, and it was not something that happened on a black and white show at the time. So it was there. So yeah, I'm gonna bring in the Rat Pack.
Okay.
Because
But no,
Eddie Haskell is a rat too, so I mean I like
and
that
plus
idea.
they're drinking in public. Otis never did that.
Yeah, I think Otis was never shown to be drinking. He was always the
No,
effective.
he was just usually in the drunk tank or just, clearly inebriated, but never imbibed that we saw.
Yes, which was I think, and also the other thing is, there was a constant quest for the still.
Oh
That
yeah.
was one of the things Otis was always. It was the cat and mouse game with Barney.
Mhm.
Oh my God, why do we know so much about this bullshit?
I know. That's just our curse and our blessing.
And I mean, and there's nothing inherently bad about any of these people. It's just that they're cracking the Mayberry. Well, actually, no. They just appear. They're fine because they're going to put on a show.
Mhm.
And because you asked who is it? I think I like the idea that our one chaos. I want to limit our chaos agency to one.
Mhm.
That Eddie's got the problem.
Mhm.
But they start putting on shows and they start singing songs that are copyrighted.
Mhm.
Let me see. Yeah, because I like the idea that Dino is so powerful he brings other people into the dimension with him.
Mm.
And
Oh,
yeah,
that could
like
be the
you
thing is
said,
that people could just start pouring in too. Like this could get worse and worse because you know Bob Hope might show up and Phyllis Diller, uh, Frank Sinatra, of course. Yeah.
Otis's departure causes another town drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and the Rat Pack appears, and they're putting on a show because there is a show. Like right here, there's the grand performance and double features right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm liking this. Um, Eddie continues. The environment continues to degrade though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Mount Pilot is destroyed.
It's leveled.
Yeah. I believe that's Mount Pilot or whatever it was. Yeah, Mount Pilot is leveled because and that's was it B? Here's this. Yeah, she Mabel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Mabel was the operator.
Oh, yes, yeah.
God, I'm really bad at this. This sucks. Okay, so what we're gonna do is have a call out to B with a telephone. I like the idea that we will not have Andy Taylor show up in the show, though. I don't know why, I just don't want to have the main character show up. Or Barney. They're just not here.
I think that's the thing is like yeah, we should.
They're like agents doing other things or something, but yeah, get me Mount Pilot. We'll just do that. Okay. And she's in over her head. She needs to convene with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Mount Pilot is leveled because that's B loses the connection on the phone. All right, so
Which is let's face it, that's a major disaster. That's
it is. Yeah, their world is definitely collapsing now.
Mhm.
Are they gonna just try and try and get Otis and Opie back then?
Well,
Like to restore the balance, do they need to do that, or does Eddie escape?
hmm. Yeah, Eddie's like the trickster here, isn't he?
Well,
Because
yeah, and we don't know if he's doing it intentionally, but I think he is. Or
yeah, I think he
his
is
mere,
too.
yeah,
I
his mere
think this is he
presence.
sees this as like his chance to, fuck things up just, like he should.
Okay. Do we just leave him doing stuff, or do we does because what I'm in my end game is if we can get Opie back, it forces Eddie off the show.
It would, yeah, because it's like, just like when Bev Crusher returned.
Yeah, Pulaski went right off the show. We never saw her again.
Just like when Bev Crusher returns, it's just suddenly things were kind of back to the way they were, and they never talked about it.
Never talked about. Hey, all those connections you made at Starfleet Medical. Nope, never talked about it again. Because that would
Never
have
talked
been
about it again.
cool to have her
Hmm.
actually follow up on like
Hmm.
shortest tenure at Starfleet Medical ever.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe B and Clara figure out a way to push Eddie out, and it just sort of, it's just like this kind of a vacuum. Like when once Eddie is gone, immediately Opie gets sucked back in.
Oh wow, that's kind of evil.
We're talking about, this is like the Q or Mr. Mixjes-Pitalik. It's this that kind of thing is what I'm thinking.
Oh, I was thinking that they have to go get him. Let's have them attempt to push him out, and they can't. How's
Okay.
that? And they can't. Clara is destroyed.
So are does B know how to teleport the way that Otis and Opie did?
I believe so.
Okay,
They
well
have
maybe
him.
she.
They have him. What kind of dumb thing would they do? What Mayberry thing would you do to get Eddie to do something to exit? Would it be like to have him walk into a chest freezer or some shit?
Um. Hmm. So they're gonna try to tempt him to leave.
Well, they're gonna try and push him out or do something
Yeah.
to him.
Okay.
What would be an event? I'm trying to just write that scene. Now that even after we've moved beyond it, I'm not giving up on it. What do they
Hmm.
do to try and push him out?
Okay.
And I'm kind of thinking, either they kill him or something, but it's got to be a thing in which Clara gets killed. If that makes
First thing that
sense.
comes, I'm trying to think of like things that Mayberry things, like what would happen. Uh, oh, he gets drafted like Gomer Pyle.
Okay.
They yeah, they get him drafted. He has to join the Marine Corps.
They try to get him drafted. Okay. Hmm.
I don't. I'm just spitballing. I can't think of
Oh no,
anything.
I like the idea of having him try to get him drafted.
Because I mean, that's
Uh,
that's how Gomer Pyle left the show. He got drafted.
yeah, they send a telegram, but the telegram changes to name Clara
Oh,
because this is pure chaos. And let's say they have some narrative control over
Mm.
things because this is a punishment they can wield. Um, B.
Because if Clara actually vanishes, Gladys Kravitz could appear.
Why was I thinking that was where we were headed? How did you read my mind?
Well, I thought Hazel at first, but I don't remember if Hazel was ever in black and white, and Gladys Kravitz was definitely black and white.
Oh, I like the idea that Gladys Kravitz is, um, because she's also nosy.
Yes, yeah, yeah. It's sort of an analog, isn't it?
Yep, Clara is destroyed. I do like the idea because we always talk about like the universe pushing back or time pushing back on somebody, and because I think somebody actually did that in our in the game on Thursday night. Like there was um, a superhero that threw letters at people, and someone said, "Oh, I remove all the stamps from the letters, so he can't deliver them." And it's like, God damn it, that was brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, Thursday night, Cookie Trek is not the only show, even though it's the most beloved, apparently.
It is quite beloved.
Oh, Gladys Kravitz. Oh, it's like, I wonder if that's Lenny Kravitz's.
Well, there could be another band on the build now.
I'd love the idea of Lenny and Gladys Kravitz just hanging out together. That one?
Wait, let's see where you're at. Yes, yeah, yeah. That's the first one. Yeah.
I just love that she has no chin, and she was just hired for that. It's like
She's
it
got
is.
quite an expressive face.
Oh yeah, well, and a wig. I think the wig is doing a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard working wig. It is.
Okay, so Gladys Kravitz appears. She vanishes and Gladys Kravitz appears. Okay. B makes her escape. Makes her escape. Realizing that they need to come back and bring back the original cast, which is a mistake most producers often realize. They need to bring the original cast back, just like anime. Just like in American Gladiators. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that she makes it to she goes to the cabin. Do I need to have a thing for her at the cabin? Fuck it, yeah I do.
Oh, I just found out something interesting.
What?
I think no, I'm actually wrong. I thought that woman that plays Gladys Kravitz, I thought she was the woman that replaced Aunt B when she left the show.
Oh God, that would have been funnier than anything.
But it's Alice Ghostly, who I think was also on Bewitched, but not as the nosy neighbor.
Hold on, now I gotta look. All right.
I know, isn't this fascinating? Yes, she was on Bewitched. Who did she play?
She was the nervous witch, the one that was always messing up her spells. It was another aunt of.
Yeah, she was one of the aunts. Yeah.
Wait, she was in Mate and.
Yeah, when Aunt B actually left the show before it ended, and Alice Ghostly took her place as Aunt Alice. That could be the solution. if B is causing all the trouble, we just replace her.
Do we just kill Aunt? Do we just kill her?
Oh, let's kill Aunt B. Because if she's causing all the trouble, which I think at this point she is, she's the problem. I think if we kill her, Opie will be willing to return, and Otis as well, and we'll be fine.
Oh, I was hoping that there'd be a fundamental paradigm shift of their entire culture, but sure.
Well,
Sure.
they'll switch to color.
I think that will represent the fundamental shift.
Yeah, they switch to color. It's a big thing.
Wait, there's the tragic ending of Ant. Oh God, I can't not do this. Yeah, there's she. All right, so there must be a mention of her. Yeah. I'm gonna vote that that's Alice Ghostly. What are we gonna do here? Wait a minute. Did someone just kill it? Does Gladys Kravitz just take her out and brain her or something?
I mean, I think the actual, real life has solved our problem here. She leaves the show.
She leaves the show. I like that they must find Opie. I've got a possible way to wrap all this together.
Okay.
And it's going to involve that things need to change. And then she dies or walks on, and then Alice does it. Hey Vi, how you doing? We are deep into the Cookie Trek myth building lore here. Who all is around?
Good evening. Welcome, Raiders.
Yes, welcome Raiders. Hey, hi, Mr. Goliath Man. Rufus Robot. Okay, so yeah, you guys have all joined at the finale, so nice.
We're about
nice
to kill
going
Aunt
on
B.
this. We're about to kill Aunt B, which means nothing to all of you. I think it's the funniest thing in the world. We've just created. I mean, Mr. Goliath Man's grasp of Star Trek is, shall we say, tenuous at best.
Because it could be something like the end of Kai Wen, like Aunt B's end could be sort of like Kai Wen.
Just toss her into a pit. Fine. Did she have sex with Gul Dukat? Toss her in the pit. Oh dear God. Finished off Death Standing, so it can't be as weird as that. Oh no, we're using Mayberry. I don't know if you're familiar with a show called The Andy Griffith Show. But we've got our cross-dimensional do-gooders about to have a problem here.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, this is what you guys get for showing up so late. But because you did show up,
I'd say you're right on time.
I'd say you're right on time because oh God, you are gonna show up. You are gonna get a bunch of fate chips because Mr. Glassman needs to replenish his fucking stock. I will tell you that now. Mr. B, stay rolling low on Star Trek. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of hard, but not off the point. But what we're gonna do is, these two women have decided they need to go across dimensions to find a character named Opie. And what I'm gonna do is they must find Opie. Does Gladys go with her, or does she just run to the? Yeah.
I think she has no choice. I mean, their characters are sort of fate bound.
Does some magic stuff, telepathic stuff, and screenwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of giving Aunt B the power of the screenwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I better join Star Trek. I would roll only highs. Yes, you would love rolling highs on Star Trek. Speaking of, yeah, we gotta actually roll some dice here, don't we? Okay, V does some script writing and telepathic stuff. And what I'm gonna do is bring them back into the middle of the asylum hearing. How's that? Or, no, I don't want them in the asylum hearing. I've got a better or different idea. What I'm gonna do is bring them into somebody's quarters
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just have them in the quarters, and this whole thing gets handled quietly.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Order. Send it back. Delete this. Zeno. Edna disappears. I don't know if Noob needs to do a damn thing. Captain Esteban. So basically, Opus, is Floyd even going to be around?
Oh yeah, Floyd's got to be in on this. You know that he came.
Okay.
They came to him for help, so I think he needs to stick with them.
He's going to stick with him? Okay. They got a fish. So what's going to happen is B and Gladys show up. And where the hell is my... Wait, did I lose the... There it is. There's another pan-dimensional gate. Because, of course there is. There we go. Order... There. Alright, so there's a little pan-dimension gate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this will be Act 3, maybe the epilogue, who knows? Not the dice. Oh, yeah, we're gonna... I don't know what... I'm just gonna have Lieutenant Noob roll some dice for no reason.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, so what we got? Oh, this should be... I'd like to call this Turn and Face the Strange. Take that, Star Trek. Take that, Discovery. B and Gladys appear to Otis, Opie, and Floyd. And I guess they're going to have an argument about, like, we don't want to go back, we want to go back, we need you back, that kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, Opie could simply say, "I will go back, but you have to leave."
And have they all decided that now it's, you know, that they need to change their ways, that they need to stop interfering?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time for us to move into the modern age and work in color.
Yeah, but you need to change B, and B says, I can't. I'm too heavily scripted.
Let's face it, I'm just so set in my ways.
I want more money.
And I want more money. I'm a serious actress.
Yeah, she really was. And this is Otis is gonna say he needs change. But you need to change B. Okay, and then how does this work? Does she just fade away, or some weird shit?
Yeah, I mean, yes, because I mean, they're you know, it's another realm that they have mysterious ways, but I think they know that when she vanishes, there's another replacement there that's going to appear, and
all right, I'm going to have them being suspended in a force bubble.
Yeah, something like that.
And they're suspended in the force bubble. They're standing near the door, right?
Or the Phantom Zone, if you want.
Yeah, the Phantom Zone. What Noob's gonna do is he's gonna barge in and open the door and like pop the bubble by accident.
Mm.
How's
Oh yeah,
that?
let's have some slapstick.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too, like Gladys will get trapped too, and let's face it, Gladys is the most innocent person in all of this.
Yes. So
Like
does B pop? I mean, basically, does Noob just walk in and open? Because I like the idea that you open a door and the wind from the door like blows shit everywhere. That's always the trope.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
Creates a gust of wind. Oh God.
A gust of wind on a starship.
Sure. Why not? Testing the atmospherics. That's what we're doing.
Mm.
Yeah, because he was coming in to tell him about. Noob comes in to tell them about the ventilation check.
Yes. Hold on to your hats.
Creating a gust of wind. Yeah, I love that idea. And then basically, this blows the bubble like into the fish tank or into an open electrical outlet, and it shorts it out or some shit.
Well, it could be just like in the Wizard of Oz when the witch and rides off in her bubble, it just gets smaller and smaller and goes away.
Yep. So it sends the bubble tumbling out of the ship.
Yeah. Or yeah, like that thing that impregnated Deanna Troy.
Sure. Yeah. That thing. I don't think we have to worry ever because we just have a. I like to think that we're just we got nothing on Star Trek for weirdness.
And Noob sort of panics about this, and like Floyd says, "Oh, don't worry, there'll be some more."
Yeah. Let me see.
We'll get replacements when they get back.
No, I like the idea that it happens right here.
Oh, I know. I'm saying Noob panics because he caused this to happen. Oh, we're gonna get the replacements right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get the color Gladys Kravitz because she was a replacement too.
Yes, I'm working on that.
Awesome. Here's Alice Ghostly.
I think that's the correct one. Nah, all of them are. It doesn't matter. We'll just do this one.
Yeah, the hat looks good.
Yeah, played Esmeralda under it. We're gonna go with that because that looks more like an ant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shoot. There she is. Noob panics. And Floyd says this is all okay.
Don't worry, it'll all be okay.
And then what we need to do is grab Otis Mayberry color because he's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody comes back color.
Yes.
Because
it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new Mayberry.
We got Opie color.
Mm-hmm.
And Opie aged up.
Oh yeah. He's totally almost an adult now.
Yeah, he doesn't look very different.
He's almost ready to be on Happy Days.
Yes, he's ready to get on Happy Days. And
I don't know if Floyd decides to stay here, so he's going to be black and white still.
No, things have changed.
Oh, see, I didn't know he was in color. I didn't know
No,
he
he's
was
in
on the
color.
show. Okay. Oh, there he is. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, no, he's very much in color.
Okay.
which I do like. Yeah, and it's okay. We're all moving on, and I like the idea that they all then they all just walk off into a then it's just a wipe cut.
Yeah. I love this idea. And it's just so like, yeah, it's just totally acceptable to them. This is the way it should be. We've been waiting for this time of transformation and renewal.
Yeah, I like this. This is one of those things where we've had a few stories about species evolving. Yeah, so there you go. And I think that basically Noob I love this. As they leave, Noob is struck by a neuroleptic shock.
Ouch. Yes.
It's like the trans-dimensional backwash.
Well, there was just so much strange energy going on. People, transporting around and stuff like that. Noob is always going to bear the brunt of strange energy.
There we go. And I like the idea in the epilogue. I am seriously. Oh, where's Medbay? Do we even need Medbay?
I think just the shock and the play the goofy music.
The what?
Well, when something weird, funny happens at the end of the show, they often do the little jaunty music and laugh.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, that was the reason I was going to do it. He wakes up in med bay. There's the doctor there. Sorry about that. I've got an even sleazier ending.
Okay.
Dr. Lind, who is, to be honest, his own cartoon character.
Oh, without a doubt. More so than Noob.
Attended by the new medical interns. There, copy. Oops, nope. Z. Yeah, these are our new medical interns. How's that?
Yeah, Opie's gonna go to med school because of this.
Opie's going to med school.
Opie's going to med school.
Opie's going to Vietnam. All right, folks, we have managed to do a thing, and that thing is finish a Star Trek story.
That thing is this thing, yeah.
That thing is this thing being over. What? I don't know who all was left after that mess, but we did get pay chips out of it, so that's the important thing.
Feel lucky, people.
Feel lucky, people. What I want to do is next week. Next week we have another cookie trek with computer threatens to steal a human's job, baseball, and innocent life forms who may or may not be sentient. So we don't know exactly what the title is, but that's what's coming next week. What I do want to do is, however, get back to all the things that are going to happen this week on Architects of Fate. And
perfect timing, our pizza's here.
Oh, we have a pizza? Oh,
absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, so Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. All times are in Eastern. Tomb of Annihilation, Raisin Cane. Last time, you'll never guess, the party got a new member. Scrod befriended a flame skull, and the cure turned her into a real girl. A fearsome foe made of dried fruit swapped brains with Aladdin. Kenneth wrapped him up with a magic rope, and Jaeger took a bite out of crime, i.e. the Raisin Golem. Join us next time to finish the fight and delve deeper into the chaos with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Then on Monday, the 22nd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, the 102nd rule. Nature decays, but latinum lasts forever. There may be something in the air, but maybe there is something in the water, or maybe the wine. The crew are sitting down to enjoy a meal of survival rations cooked by the host before they can get a tour of the orchards and the winery, a welcome and relaxing activity in the middle of a botanical plague. Maybe Cash Dash's wet jacket will reveal a clue, but only if Laura can get it back to the ship. And then Thursday at Tuesday, 7 p.m. Conan Adventures in an Angel Dreamed of, episode 33, Worming Their Way Through. As the rat things flee the cave, what does the party encounter deeper within that could have scared them away? Or did they serve some other sinister purpose? Yes, Conan is quite a moving show if you need some action in an age undreamed of. And then Wednesday, Call of the Netherdeep, Extra Deepen. Oh, that's okay, Gert Barrier. We're happy to have you back. Call of the Netherdeep, episode 20, Once More with Feelings. Again, you'll get to meet Mr. Goliath Man and watch him attempt to roll some dice. But getting into Ankarel, the banditos sent a poor baker to prison and have made their way to find accommodations for the evening's rest. And by rest, I mean falling into an impromptu heist. They've avoided their first and second run-ins with the law. Surely a third potential run-in should not be an issue, right? Yes, come and watch what Mr. Goliath Man will now do. Just watching him for the dice rolls alone is entertainment enough, because there's some cursed dice in this game, and see who they're going to inflict next, because they can't be on Mr. Goliath Man's butt the whole time. And then finally, Thursday, Rifts Megaverse of Mayhem Season 3. Check your interdimensional bags at the door. We're back. And where are we headed now? The show that started it all, if I'm not mistaken. Rifts Megaverse of Mayhem. So take a look at that. I'm going to go and hunt up a raid. If I can find one. I think I might be able to find one. I don't know. Let me see. Where is this? There's Twitch. Alright, let's go look for a raid for tonight. So there is somebody who is doing Star Trek Fleet Command, Star Trek Online. Let's raid into somebody who is absolutely not online. Okay? We're gonna go and see if we can raid the Endeavor Gaming channel. And what we want to do is be helpful, be respectful, represent the flag, compliment them on their gameplay. But most of all, just have a good time, have a good weekend, everybody. And Rufus has got that pizza waiting for me, so I'm going to sign off. All right, there we go. We're raiding.